I was about to say, after those attempted catches of a Frisbee on Tuesday, I'm surprised you caught that.
Tuesday.
What are you guys doing on Tuesday?
Yeah. So you guys.
You play Ultimate Frisbee on Tuesday?
I ain't no host.
You can shoot the crowd. They're already here now. I don't want to.
I was just waiting for the signal to start, you know?
Hey, I'll do it, Ben.
No, you won't. It was stolen
I'm in the
from
wrong
me
spot.
last time, and I will do it
never
this
get
time.
the chance
I
to
have
do
an
it. No one
introduction
asked me.
all prepared.
Hi.
Introduce us.
All right.
Bring us in.
Shut up. Welcome back to BakaTaka. Today is BakaTaka Day, I guess. And in honor of tomorrow being Father's Day, today is not brought to you by any of our fathers because none of us care about us.
We got
And
issues with our dads.
Wait a
They're
minute.
either dead or they just don't care about us. So,
Or
and to my
both.
right is his dad's actually alive somewhere, maybe.
Yeah, I'm Erik.
I'm dead dad Aaron.
You're not a dad.
Well, my dad is dead and I'm Aaron. Sorry.
Shit, today is Father's Day.
Tomorrow is Father's
Oh,
Day.
it's, yeah.
And
Yeah.
in 2 days, it's been 3 years since my dad died.
On Juneteenth.
Yeah. Good for him.
Federal holiday. It's a federal holiday now.
Why is that a federal holiday?
I don't know, but it's a federal holiday.
George, you
But-
get off.
But it's not a.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a federal holiday.
Yeah, Juneteenth is a federal holiday. They like
No,
made it
yeah,
official. like,
Juneteenth is a federal holiday, but you were saying Dad died tomorrow?
He died the day after Father's Day.
No. Well, yeah, but
Father's Day is not always the
Sunday.
same day.
It's not a
Yeah,
specific
it's a
day.
Sunday.
Well, it's close enough.
Yeah, he died on the 22nd, dude. Come on,
I was
get it
about to say,
together.
days off.
my dad died the day after Thanksgiving, so
Down bad.
Yeah, he died 5 days after I got the Camaro.
Yeah, this is a little heavy.
Why do we
So the 22nd?
keep track of dates of things with the most weird related events?
Well, Father's Day.
I keep track of things in relation to when I got the Camaro. Aaron's
yeah,
just
that's just kind of weird.
this is Juneteenth and this is when this happened in relation
Well,
to
no.
Juneteenth.
Listen, some holidays are the same day.
Well, I mean, I guess
Like
it's easier
Christmas.
it's easier to track things that are more related to yourself. I
Yeah.
guess things that are more PTSD to yourself.
Well, last year it was the day after Father's Day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true, but why does Jeff keep everything in terms of when certain Disney movies were released?
Because Jeff's weird.
That's a
I
good.
actually don't know
Good
about
system.
that because he never was like a big Disney person when we were growing up. So I don't know how he keeps track of all these dates relative to everything. I think everything is relative to Charlotte's birth now.
I mean,
So,
that makes
that
sense.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that makes sense because boom, he's a dad now.
because I relate everything to
Happy Father's Day.
November 17th and
2017.
yeah,
What happened
and
that day?
February 28th, 6.
6. What happened then?
That's when I started working.
Ah,
So it's like two polar opposites of the calendar that you easy
Yeah.
to keep track of.
Mm.
Yeah, exciting stuff, isn't it?
very exciting.
What are we getting into? What are we getting into today?
I don't know. I haven't done like anything.
I watched some gang stuff yesterday. I sat down and
Some gang
no,
stuff.
not literal gang stuff.
World Star.
But I sat down and I watched, just for the memes I watched it, but I sat down and actually kind of enjoyed it, but I watched Morbius. It's Morbin time, boys.
That's the gang stuff, dog. Gang stuff.
So like, how bad versus enjoyable is it?
Okay, so when I went to Rotten Tomatoes, because everybody's like, it's got a 15%, it's the worst movie ever created. I went into Rotten Tomatoes and the audience score had it like at 81% when I checked yesterday. So I was like, what's going on here? So I actually looked at the reviews. There's a lot of meme reviews in there, but like the actual like legit reviews all gave it like 3 or 4 stars. So
I mean, that's not bad.
So I'm like, okay,
That's not
what
terrible.
could go wrong with this movie? So it's on where did I watch
HBO.
it? I watched it on Amazon Prime Video because since Sony owns it, it's on everything but like Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So I watched it on Amazon Prime, and the movie's not bad. It's very CGI heavy. That's my only complaint with it. But since it's Jared Leto is actually not bad as Morbius. It was pretty good. His acting wasn't bad. The female actor, I just can't for the life of me know her name. Or
I couldn't even told you there was a female character in
or
the movie.
yeah, like there's a female character. It's just like she's so unimportant that I'm just like, bruh.
So does she ever even show up in any of the trailers?
I didn't watch any of the trailers, so I only knew. I saw when I was driving to work one day. I saw Morbius was in theaters, and the next thing I heard was the second time it was in theaters, and everybody's like, it's got a 15% of Rotten Tomatoes. And now it's finally left theaters, and now that it's Morbin Time meme is out everywhere. I'm like, okay, I'll buckle down and finally watch it. I can understand why everybody memes, but Jared Leto isn't that bad. The story isn't that bad. I'm more concerned about the Sinister Six plot overall in Marvel, because it's going to be Venom, Vulture right now, and Morbius. So I don't know who else they're going to... Actually, I forgot his name.
Why can't they just make 5 villains with the V letter? I mean, the
So-
first 2 he named were Venom and Vulture, so why not just...
So-
I thought you were just like 5 villains. They're all just V.
So I guess, I mean, if you want to technically break it down, Morbius's full hero or villain... Is he villain?
Anti-hero?
Villain? Anti-hero. His full anti-hero name is the Living Vampire Morbius.
V.
So it's got a V in there.
It's got a V in
You
there.
got a V in there.
So it is a V. And
The lizard.
That's not a V.
wait, what's his actual name?
Connor something.
V
It's
anyone?
Dr. Connors.
Yeah, we don't know his last. That's a good, yeah. Thanks
So-
for adding to my.
No, Connors is his last name, I think.
What's his first name?
It's not V something. I'm fairly certain. Maybe Victor.
Can we get a fact check? Is it Victor Connors?
I think the rhino's name's Victor though.
What's Dr. Connor's full name? The lizard.
Make sure you get the right lizard though.
I'm on it. Give me a sec.
All right.
Who
But
else
then-
is?
But the Sinister Six gets expanded to the Sinister 60 and the Sinister 66.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's the Sinister 66.
I think that was a newer.
Yeah, it's newer, but
story.
they're
And it's led by Stiltman.
what's his name?
What?
I don't want to talk about it.
The
What's his
lizard
actual name?
I don't know.
is Dr. Kurt Connors.
What's his middle name? We
Curtis.
gotta find
Kurt.
a V.
Curtis.
Curtis
No,
Kurt
Kurt
Connors.
was the
Oh.
he goes by
Oh.
Kurt.
Yeah, his
Okay.
middle name isn't Kurt.
It's a
The
super
adult.
villain.
Alliteration's
name. It could
really
be
good.
literally anything.
Alliteration helps. The
Well, the
audience.
lizard is a full-fledged villain, not anti-hero.
Yeah.
I thought he was like insane.
Does he not have?
And
a
at least in
middle
the
name?
new one.
Not yet.
No middle
Give me
name?
a sec. Give me a sec. I'm looking on it. I'm on the Marvel.
Can we give him a middle
fandom.
name that's got a V?
No, it literally just keeps saying Dr. Kurt, air quotes, Connors.
Yeah, usually I
That's
don't think
whatever.
most super people have.
I don't think there's a.
What about Stiltman? What's Stiltman's name?
What's still man?
Stiltman has stilts, Ben. I think it's pretty.
Well, what kind of power?
I was supposed to say, how is that a power?
I'm pretty sure he's like doesn't have powers. He just has stilts that go on for infinity.
Then how is he the leader of the Sinister 66?
Well, because like I don't know the story because I didn't read it, but it was like basically he's just the guy who got them all together. He's just like,
Okay,
let's get this everyone.
I can
let's bring the
understand
group back
that
together.
because when you look at like the DC universe, when you look at Batman's villains, right?
Yeah.
You look at the Joker and you're like, "What's your power?" And it's literally, "Oh, I can cause riots." But then you look at all the other villains and they've got literal superpowers,
That is
and they
true.
worship the Joker, and you're just like, something doesn't check
no,
out. here.
Stillman's just a throwaway. There's also something the Leaper. That guy's pretty cool. He just jumps.
The Leaper, or like the leper.
No, it's the Leaper. It's like something the Leaper, and his power is that
Is
he
he
just
immune
jumps.
to fall damage?
Were they just running out of powers?
Dude, I have no clue, but it goes insane. I have a whole book about this
I mean,
somewhere.
Because I mean, if you ask Spider-Man,
'Cause
fall damage is pretty lethal.
These are all
That's true.
technically like X-Men, Spider-Man villains, right? They're not like.
He's just
Avenger.
Spider. No, he's just a Spider-Man villain.
I thought the Sinister Six and Spider-Man eventually like team up with like X-Men heroes.
So
I don't
just to be
know.
clear, the Leaper is someone we actually got in the MCU already. That's
What's his name? What's his-
Wait,
Georges
what?
Batroc. He's the French guy that they fight in
Something
at the beginning of Captain America Civil War, I think, on the boat.
Oh, the guy where he puts his shield down and fights him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
He
the
looks a
Leaper.
lot funnier.
So they
in
never
the
call him
comics.
Leaper in the MCU.
So
but
he's
that is who
technically in
that
there.
is.
So they've got more than 3 Sinister Six members in there already.
I guess.
Batroc the Leaper.
Batroc also shows up later in Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think.
I don't.
I can't remember.
I
I
know
don't.
his
I don't
superpowers, he just-
remember him being. In
All he
there.
does is parkour.
Was it actually him or was it like a
Unbuilt.
family relative?
No, it was the same guy from the movie. They brought him back in a smaller role. I'll find out what shows he was in. Give me a minute.
Because I remember the name, I just don't remember him ever showing
Man-Bat?
up.
Is Man-Bat DC or is that Marvel?
That just sounds like
I was gonna
something
say,
that's fake.
Man-Bat is literally just Batman backwards.
No,
my
no,
dude.
no. Man-Bat's a person.
All right,
I'm not lying. I would look it up
I've got the
myself,
news,
but I'm
I've
not
got the
allowed.
info. So it was Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and then for the television stuff, he was in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I was correct there. He was in 3 episodes of that, and he was also the voice of his character in the What If series. I don't even remember him. Showing
don't
up
remember
in the
him
What If
in that.
series.
I've
But,
never.
Does-
I
does
haven't
it say
watched
which
any of the
episode
TV
it
Did he
was?
series.
show up in the
was.
episode
says,
where
What if the
Natasha
Watcher
goes-
broke his oth? So
Is that the one
that
where
was the
Nat-
last episode, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so
so
that
that where
must-
Natasha
that must
goes
have-
to the alternate universe.
I was about to say, is that just where they're like jumping through universes and he's just like somewhere in the background?
That
or?
might be well, but if he was just in the background, why would they have him reprise his role? Like,
I was gonna say, if
I mean,
he
it's
was-
probably
if
not-
he's
That's a
in-
lot to do
If he's in
just
the
for
Winter
that.
Soldier movies, he's in that universe.
Yeah.
It's probably not
Correct.
also expensive to have him come in because no one actually knows who he is as an actor.
I mean,
it's
he's
George
credited.
St. Pierre. He's a Canadian former professional mixed martial artist. Like, he's actually
about to say,
a pretty accomplished
Yeah.
MMA and UFC
Oh, my
fighter.
bad.
I mean, maybe not.
That makes
the
him a great
most for-
actor, though.
As far as acting goes, he doesn't have a crazy repertoire, but he's been in
I
some
mean,
stuff.
as an MMA fighter, you're not typically going to have a crazy repertoire for acting.
What about
though.
Ronda Rousey?
she doesn't have an acting repertoire at all.
Yes, she does.
She was in like one Fast and Furious movie.
Wasn't
No,
she
she
in
was also-
Expendables?
Expendables 3.
3, the worst Expendables.
Chuck Norris is in Expendables 3.
Expendables 3
Chuck Norris?
was,
I thought it was number 2.
was that the one
I think he's
without
in anything beyond
Jet Li? Jet Li wasn't in that one, right?
3.
Jet.
Jet Li's in all of them, isn't he?
No, he was in one of the Expendables. He jumps out of the plane, but he wasn't in the full movie because he was filming another movie. I think is what it was.
Oh, so he's just kind of like
He's in the movie. He shows up, but
he's not in it for the
Yeah.
most part.
yeah, because he was filming another movie at the time.
George, can you look up Man-Bat? I want to know if that's DC or Marvel. Man-Bat. Look it up.
It just sounds like
It's a
something you're
thing.
making up.
It sounds so made up because it's literally just Batman.
But the problem is that's what makes it believable.
It's Man-Bat.
It's believable because superhero has a lot of retarded names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
listen.
when you think that there's the Sinister 66.
Yeah.
I'm still
Are-
trying
so
to find
are
out
all
which.
of the Sinister 66 just at some point part of the Sinister
Okay, so
Six?
Jet Li was in
I don't
all of the Expendables.
So there's different.
but I think Expendables 3 was the one where he was in the least.
Okay.
Like you're talking about.
Alright.
Man-Bat?
Man-Bat. It's Man-Bat.
So the Sinister 66,
I think.
there's different iterations of it
Yeah.
throughout the different years. So I don't know which one they're going with for the MCU.
But I mean, like, is the
They're probably
Sinister
gonna have,
60
like,
is the
either
Sinister
Kraven the-
66 just a bunch of people that at one point
Yeah.
were in the Sinister
It's
Six?
either
No, I think the Sinister 66 is the full collage of 66 people part of the organization. right?
Yeah, I think if I'm, it's just the rogues gallery of Spider-Man, and they just become the Sinister 66. So anyone who's been a villain of Spider-Man is now part of it. They're just
He
like,
got a lot of people that hates him.
I was about to
well,
say.
here's the thing, just like DC or not DC, New York in of itself, they have a bunch of supervillains, and they just like.
I mean,
Man-Bat,
yeah, but
the
Spider-Man's
Lizard.
not the only
Well,
superhero
okay, you
in
have
New
to
York,
remember that most of his
right?
like people end up just being animal-based villains. That he's just like, how many animal-based villains can we have? He has the Scorpion, the Lizard, the Rhino.
I was going to say the Rhino.
He has Craven the Hunter, who's just hunting. He's not even an animal; he's just hunting things. There's just like I forget. There's more. There's a. He has the Queen of Spiders. That's one of his villains.
That's why I hate about the Marvel universe sometimes. Is sometimes you're out there literally fighting like gods,
Oh yeah.
and then you just got some dude that's, causing a little stir in New York, and you're just like, dude, this is the hardest dude we ever fought. I know we just took down Thanos, but this hunter guy.
But dude,
is
this guy jumping building from building, robbing jewelry stores. really holding me down. I don't know how to get
That's why
past
the
this.
DC universe sometimes is funny too. It's just like you got Mr. Freeze who's literally like freezing half the city, and then you just got some dude in a top hat making riddles, and you're just like, what are you doing to me?
And then you got like that. What's the guy who's just like, he's like Superman, but he's like an omnipotent god. He's just a fanboy Superman.
Oh yeah.
Or is it Batman? He's like, I don't know. Either one. He's just like a god.
Yeah. Oh, it's not Q. Q is the guy from Star Trek, right? Wasn't there like an omniscient being in Star Trek?
I can only think of Q from Street Fighter.
I can only think of Q from James Bond.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah. I found the Man Bat thing, by the way.
Is he from DC or Marvel?
It is DC. It's
yeah.
Dr. Robert Kirkland.
That's right. He's part
Langstrom.
of the Dark Justice League. Yes, they have the Justice League. It also has Detective Chimp, Wonder Woman,
Detective Chimp.
John Constantine, Zatanna, and I think like one or two others. Man Bat is part of the Dark Justice League. Oh, Swamp Thing.
So does
Swamp Thing.
Does Man Bat actually have any kind of powers, or is he just
turns
a
into
rip off
a
Batman?
bat.
So he's more of a bat than Batman.
Oh yeah, he's a bat. He's like the lizard,
So
but if it was
he's
a bat.
Like
So
a
he's-
big bat or like a tiny
So
bat?
going full
a
circle,
human-sized
he's like,
bat, a man bat.
Okay.
So going full circle, he's like Morbius.
Yeah.
Okay.
Batmite.
Batmite.
Batmite is
That's
the omnipotent, omniscient being that just is a super mega fan of Batman and has
That's it.
unlimited power.
So he's more of a fanboy
So we've
than
got
Robin.
Batman, Man Bat, and Batmite.
Oh, there's more bat-based
I'm
heroes. you need to
Batgirl,
know.
Batwoman,
I was.
Batboy.
Batboy.
I don't know if that's.
There's a Batboy.
That's just a baseball term.
I don't know if
Let's
that's-
be real here.
Look, if
That's-
there's a
that's
term,
questionable.
there's a version of a bat before and after it.
Is there a Batgirl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Batgirl.
Yeah,
redhead.
it's well, it's
Oh,
it's
no.
initially Gordon's daughter.
And then she becomes
Oh
Batwoman.
yeah.
And then they
Yeah,
replace
yeah.
Batgirl.
Big facts, no cap.
What's her name? Something Gordon. I can't think of it.
Barbara.
Barbara.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's a
Barbara
horrible
Gordon.
name. Sorry, I want Barbara listeners.
One hero company that does it pretty well with power levels that I like is Dark Horse with
Dark Horse?
the
Oh yeah.
the Umbrella Academy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Everybody actually feels
Well, Dark Horse.
comparable. I mean, I know they're indie. That they
Yeah.
were rejected by DC, or they're an off branch of DC.
I forget because Image is like an off-brand of, I think, DC. I know Images. Then you have Vertigo, which is like an indie thing.
Mhm.
Dark Horse does a lot of like one-off stuff
Yeah,
because they do.
but I know they're a branch off of I think DC.
Are they? Because they do a lot of like encyclopedias as well.
Yeah.
Because I have a few of those. But no, they also do the Hellboy series.
Yeah.
The Hellboy series. A few others. They're really good.
Yeah.
I think they also do like some of like the adaptations of H.P. Lovecraft into comics.
Okay.
So
Because I know when I watched Umbrella Academy, it actually felt nice because everybody felt comparable in comparison to power.
Yeah.
Versus like looking at Marvel, it's like you're literally fighting death gods versus fighting some dude in a sewer.
By
Yeah.
the way, season 3 of Umbrella Academy drops, I believe, the 22nd of this month.
I
I
never
was
watched
actually
it.
about to ask if there was another season coming soon.
It is coming very soon. I saw one review for it. I kind of skimmed through it. From what I understand, decent.
Decent.
But all
I
I
just
really
like to
care
go into
about
things blind.
is the last
Yeah,
2 episodes
I've
of
been-
Stranger Things. I'm sorry.
I've been going into a lot of things blind, except for like The Witcher when it drops, just because I know a majority of the Witcher story
Yeah.
regardless.
I was about to say, yeah, you already know.
I've,
pretty much
I've,
all
I
that.
played the games and read the novels, so I kind of know what I'm getting into. But like Umbrella
Yeah, but if you
Academy,
didn't.
the Umbrella Academy, I don't know anything because I don't read
Mhm.
graphic novels.
I read some of them. Those are kind of like the fringe of what I'll read because some of them are pretty gory when they get to like Dark Horse or Vertigo or Image. They're like, how many times can we decapitate people for fun?
Right.
And you're like, okay, Conan the Barbarian. Okay,
So-
Red Sonja.
What I got into a little bit recently, so I watched what's his name? Chase, help me. I need a Neon Genesis director, Anno. Yeah, Hideki Anno. He did a Godzilla movie, Shin Godzilla. Yeah, I watched that recently. And after that I went into the Godzilla comics.
Oh.
I didn't realize how lore heavy in depth and gory those were.
I remember, I didn't read it, but I remember like seeing ones like Godzilla
Well,
goes to hell and has to fight
yeah.
his way out of hell against like
Does he
9.
fight Satan?
No, he fights like 7 kaiju,
Yeah.
the
So
layers of hell.
everything-
He fights all the kaijus to get
Yeah.
to the top.
So Godzilla never fights like demi beings and stuff. He literally just fights other kaijus.
Yeah.
And you just get dumb stories like, hey, an angry fish has invaded Godzilla's lair, and Godzilla isn't happy. So he just rips out its spine and dangles it in front of it. And they explain in like detail what happens to the stuff when Godzilla does to them. So he rips out this fish's spine, and they explain in detail that his nervous system is still alive. So he can technically feel the pain of him ripping out his spine.
Nice.
And he can see for a brief moment himself with his spine out. I'm just like, bro.
All I'm picturing is Godzilla ripping out Nemo's spine.
I mean, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, sadistic. But
Yeah,
it's
but
okay.
like looking at there's a lot of Godzilla comics.
There's.
But like,
I mean, Godzilla's been around for forever.
Godzilla's been around since the 30s. Yes or
course.
no? I think it's been around since like early Showa era or whatever it is. But a lot of the Godzilla comics, so they've got like stories, but a lot of it's literally just like one-offs. Where like, hey, crazy kaiju, Godzilla, go do your thing.
The character first appeared in the 1954 film Godzilla and became a worldwide pop culture icon.
I thought it
appearing
started
in
early, like
various
the
movies.
thirties.
Well, I was thinking it would have had to have been after World War II because
Yeah.
doesn't he sort of like resonate with like
32
the
films produced
nuclear?
by Toho.
Yeah, but say
Hollywood
nuclear
films
I,
and numerous
residue
video
or
games
I
whatever
saw
and
something on
the
television
YouTube
shows.
once.
Mhm.
He's supposed to represent atomic warfare.
I guess that makes sense because his blast is literally an atomic ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is kind of
King
interesting
Kong-
though that the first appearance was on film. There wasn't like any source material before that. It was
Mhm.
just the straight up the original 1954 Godzilla movie.
Okay, yeah, that makes
First
sense.
time he ever was shown.
Anyone watch the new King Kong versus Godzilla movie?
Yeah.
I love all the good.
It was
Godzilla
yeah.
movies.
good. I liked
It
the
was
fight scene was
fun.
In
weird.
comparison, you look at the American done Godzilla movies, and it looks phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
And then you go and look at Shin Godzilla. They kept a lot of like the old Godzilla style like animation, but it felt like stilted. And you look at it compared to American, it's like how are you the creators of Godzilla and we make it better?
It's just the CGI in those movies, and like, I think there was a big issue though going in. People were like, okay, we saw King Kong and Skull Island.
Yeah,
We saw Godzilla.
yeah.
We get there's like 30 years. How does the monkey end up as big as Godzilla? And then they somehow did it, and you're like, no one thought about it. They're like, monkeys can grow. Monkeys be monkeys.
So I don't think did they go into the Kong movies with the intention of it being a is it officially with a MonsterVerse?
Yeah, it's part of.
So.
But
they,
like,
yes.
did they originally make the King Kong like skull?
Yeah,
and all
I'm-
that?
I'm-
yeah,
I'm
because
pretty sure, yeah.
they have like the
'Cause I
at
know
one
they
point they
got
go into a
the-
cave
Okay, because I know they got the Skull Eaters, which is Godzilla lore.
So they had
at the end.
the
end
company
credit.
Monarch
Mhm.
that kind of mostly shows up because Kong chronologically Monarch gets set up as like a whole entity
Well-
after Kong Skull Island, and that was them setting up
and
the monster
yeah.
verse.
I mean, I guess
and how Monarch
is my
ties it all
intention.
together.
Is my question is was it kind of accidental making this MonsterVerse kind of like how the Marvel Cinematic Universe was a little bit accidental because they had to like retcon like the original like Iron Mans and Hulks and stuff.
I don't
be
think
part of the
it was
MCU.
accidental, but I think they did it. What I assume happened is that they did it softly because there was a lot of uncertainty.
I was gonna
as
say,
to
did they
whether
just
it
kind of
would
make
work.
it and then just kind of be like, if it works kind of thing,
As-
and then we'll
as-
kind
as
of fix
oppo-
it
as
we go.
opposed to Tom Cruise's Mummy movie.
Yeah, like they gave
we
it
all
the
love that
setup they
movie.
needed to
Me
continue.
and all the
it,
homies
but
love
if
the
they
Mummy movie.
didn't make enough to
Even better than
continue it,
Brendan
I think they
Fraser's
could have
Mummy
just
movies.
left it as is and been happy.
Okay.
So I think they prepped it and then just kind of saw how everything fell
And if it
through
works,
and
it works. And we'll fix it as we go, kind
Exactly.
of thing. Okay, that makes more sense.
I'm glad they keep making them though. I like seeing big
I was
monsters.
gonna say,
love
we
the
got
dinosaurs.
what do we got? We got Mothra,
got Mothra, King Ghidorah. We got all the crazy Skull Eaters. We got
Kong, and
Kong and
Which
Godzilla.
one's the fiery volcano bird?
oh yeah, there's
shit, I
that
can't
one.
remember-
That one
I can't
shows
remember
up.
his name. But that's like the
Godzilla.
big baddie demon of the new one, right?
He was.
Or
I thought it was the three-headed one.
no, that's King Ghidorah.
No, three-headed is Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Is that one in the new one?
He was in.
Might be.
He
That
was
was
he was
the-
in the second Godzilla movie.
Yeah. The first
King
one
of,
was
King of the Monsters or whatever.
yeah,
it
the
was.
first one was
Oh,
the Fire
yeah.
Demon. Then it's King
So-
Ghidorah, and then
We've got-
Kong.
Well, no, the first movie wasn't the Fire Demon. The first one was those other.
The skull.
It was
weird
the
skull things,
the Mutos.
Yeah, the Mutos.
So there
Mutos.
was we've seen Godzilla, Rodon, King Ghidorah, Mothra, the
Rodon.
Mutos. I think we've
Rodon.
seen Behemoth. Did we see Behemoth in
Is
one of them?
Behemoth the big mammoth guy?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
He just-
in King of the Monsters.
Yeah.
We've got Kong, obviously.
Because like everyone shows up, like they all start
Yeah.
coming to the king, and then
But
they all
it's
just
it's
start
mostly
leaving.
just Rodon and Ghidorah that try and fight Godzilla.
So like
Correct.
there's this
Yeah.
stuff that are actually fighting, and then there's just like cameo appearances.
Yeah.
by
They're like,
monsters.
yeah.
It's like, what happened to this guy? Well, he's crossing the Atlantic. It
He-
takes him a while. You can't fly. He has to
Dude,
swim.
dude, just here to hang out to watch a good fight.
Well, no, he's swimming across the Atlantic because
It's-
he's
it's
over
like
in
that,
Ireland and can't.
It's like that
fly.
meme picture of the two girls are having a cat fight, and you got that shirtless dude in the back with a bong, just like having a good time. That's what the King of the Monster fights was like.
Hi, I'm George Geetline, and you're watching BakaTaka.
Do the hand motion thing.
What hand motion thing?
You know the little hand motion thing down the side.
For what? What?
Like down here. Do like the little hand motion, like like you're
Like what motion?
Yeah,
There's no. I don't know a hand motion.
Don't know that hand
We don't even have a logo. And you're watching BakaTaka.
Imagine you're just one of the creatures who can't fly. You're
Yeah.
just like, I guess I gotta swim there.
Well, I mean, this is what Godzilla does.
yeah.
Yeah, but at least he can swim. Like he's like a lizard, so he's like tailing his way over
Godzilla's
there.
a she, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oops.
Well, I think that's the.
My
the-
bad.
I think that's the 2000.
Sorry, Chase. We're gonna get canceled.
I think that's the Millennium Godzilla.
I misgendered Godzilla again.
So I think there's the 2000 movie, American Godzilla movie, where I think the whole premise is Godzilla's like laying eggs in the New York subway.
What the heck?
I don't,
That's
thi-
the one with Matthew Broderick, correct?
I think so.
I don't think
Okay.
that. I don't think that's canon anymore.
No, it's not canon, but I think it was one of the reboots in America, and that was one of the movies. Because I remember watching it, but like Godzilla's like laying eggs in the New York subway, and like little like velociraptors are hatching and eating people. It's just like it's a really weird movie for Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla 1998. That was
Yeah,
that was Roland Emmerich who directed that.
yeah,
He's done a
yeah.
bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, it was not a good movie.
So what
Not a
does
good movie.
Godzilla come and save the day by killing all of his children?
Her
I'm
children.
Whatever.
I'm not. I don't remember the premise of the movie. I just remember that specifically
They weren't
'cause-
actually her baby.
because it was just a weird movie because like Godzilla is laying eggs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah. At least if I'm thinking of the right movie, I'm not sure if you can look up the plot of the movie.
Give us
No,
the cliff
the,
notes.
The eggs are definitely a part of it. I
Okay.
think that's kind of.
I just wanted to
it.
make sure I was confusing with like a.
But are they
Jurassic Park
Godzilla's
movie.
eggs?
I think so. I'm reading through it right now, but
Because
yeah,
like I'm confused as to what Godzilla would do to come save the day in this scenario.
Well, I just
Also,
I don't.
Does that mean there has to be a Mr. Godzilla?
I don't know, man.
Is Godzilla asexual?
I don't know, man. I'm just telling you what I
Lizards
remember
can
from the movie.
Not
yeah, monitor
be-
lizards can reproduce
can they?
on their own. So
Is
it
Godzilla
makes-
a monitor lizard?
Well, no, but it just makes sense that other reptiles do
you
that
sure
as well.
that's true?
like all of
Wait a
Jurassic
minute,
Park.
you're just-
Haven't you seen like any of
Are
them?
you just pulling that fact? I don't think that's true.
I don't know, man. They said it in the new Jurassic Park. And I assume
Like
they
the one that
fact-checked
just came out?
The one
No, the
that's
second
bombing?
one. I thought it was the second one.
No, the one that just came out had that in there.
Oh,
Whatever.
That's the reason
spoilers.
why Blume
Whatever.
was
Back,
able to
back to
reproduce
back to
on their own.
Godzilla.
Which part? The Godzilla laying eggs or?
Yeah, Godzilla like.
Good story. Good story. It's like the what is it? The Predator one. This like the third one where they're like fighting in New York. That one's fun.
Well, like Alien versus Predator?
No, just Predator.
Oh, Predator in the jungle? Or Predator in the concrete jungle.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that. And at the end, just like the girl who's pregnant, he's just like, "I'm not gonna kill you."
Yeah.
And she's like pointing a gun at him.
But
And then
the-
they go into a meat packing plant, and they're like, "He can't find us because we're in bodies.
Cold.
We're in the cold, and we're wearing these
It's
suits that
cold."
see nothing." And then he goes to cold vision, and he's just like, "I can see everything now."
Predator goes way off, especially when they start introducing like the Predalien. You're just like, this is
The
wild stuff.
Predalien?
Yeah, the mix of Predator and Alien. I think that's.
I don't think I ever saw that
I think
one.
that's AVP 2 when they introduced the Predalien.
I believe that is.
Is that the one
AVP
that's
2.
underground in the
No,
east?
so I think
Because the predators will.
'cause at the
take
end
and
of,
genetically
uh,
modify
Oh yeah, no, that's the end
themselves.
of
at the end of
Predator 2.
AVP,
He pops out
there's
of
the
the chest.
scene where the chest burster comes out of a predator,
Yeah.
and then that's like the whole premises of AVP 2 is like the predator is teaming up with like a random girl to kill some of these Predaliens that are like killing people in the forest.
What?
Is this the one that's in Colorado?
I think so.
Because I don't remember any of that.
I don't
AVP
remember
2
that.
was really bad, but I'm just saying that's where the Predalien is
Well,
introduced.
the new series that they started was really good. Well, the one with Key and Peel.
Key.
Yeah. Then they brought him in
yeah.
and his friends, and they're just like, okay, let's kill it, and they all just die. And you're like, wait a minute.
That's the new Predator.
That is
It
the
was just
newest
Predator.
one.
That's the new
Yeah, just
reboot
Predator.
of
Okay,
it,
just
and it was
Predator.
actually not bad.
Yeah.
They weren't jacked guys going into the woods killing things.
I
To
think
be
I
fair, it
remember
was not
watching
great either.
a lot of the
They
a lot
weren't
of
jacked enough.
I mean, do
True.
you expect those
Not
to be
jacked
great?
a lot of the Predator movies are really bad, except for like Predator 1.
Yeah, the first Predator is a classic.
Yeah, that's just always gonna be a
What's
classic.
the one
Which,
where
I liked
which one is Predator 1? Is that the one in like the Antarctic?
That's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
Get to the
no,
chopper!
Oh, no, that's the one in
Aliens
the
versus
jungle.
Predators you're thinking
Yes,
about.
that's
Okay,
that is
I'm
in the
thinking of Alien
jungle,
versus
covering each
Predator.
What's
other
the
in
one
mud,
where they get taken to a
mowing down a forest with a
Yeah,
freaking
Which one's the one they get taken to the planet
gun?
and they have to like they're being hunted and they're like the top people?
that is
Predator.
so there's Predator 2, Predators, and
Yeah.
then the new Predator. I think that one is the third one, Predators.
Mhm.
That's
That
the one with
was-
that one old Japanese guy who's in like everything, and you recognize his face, but we never know who he is. Watanabe.
don't.
Was it Watanabe?
Ken Watanabe?
No, it wasn't him.
No, it wasn't
No.
him.
It was the other Japanese guy because you knew his name.
Yeah, that's
You have to
true.
know you don't know this guy's name.
I'll look him up,
Regardless,
but it was great. He just
A
has
lot
like
of
a
the-
samurai sword, and he's just going off.
a lot of the
He's
Predator
Yakuza.
movies are bad.
I think so.
Yeah.
but they're entertaining.
They're super entertaining.
Yeah.
'cause
Wasn't
they're
Lawrence
That's all- that's all
Fishburne in
they need to
that?
be.
He was crazy.
And you know it's made for
Yes.
entertaining things.
I think
popcorn.
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 Entertainment, guys.
Popcorn.
For entertainment, just so happens movies
But the Predator.
fall into
I don't know
entertainment.
how the Predator series keeps
Sometimes.
going because the Predator movies are all really bad except for like the first one, and AVP's okay.
The one with Danny Glover wasn't too bad. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Well,
plot
yeah.
of the movie was not great, but that's all of them. But
Well,
the
you
one with
also-
Danny
But I
Glover,
mean,
it's like
they're not great, but they're still entertaining.
When
which
you
is
look
what
at the
makes
franchise-
But I
it
think
great.
people like Prometheus series. People love the Prometheus series.
Well,
and
Prometheus-
that's
more
like a
like
weird
Aliens.
time.
Like,
Yeah.
That's the Alien series.
Yeah.
and
That's a weird.
The Alien series as a whole does really well. Even like the games for the Alien series sells really well,
Oh, they're
except for like Colonial Marines. But when you
That's
look,
the only one I know of.
but when you when
about
you
Alien
when you look at the-
Isolation.
when you look at the Predator franchise, when you look at every single Predator game, they all suck.
Well, I thought everyone liked that new one where like one guy's the predator and everyone else is like doing objectives and like fighting him. As
Are you
if
talking
he's-
about like Dead by Daylight?
I did
It's-
not
no,
know
it's similar
that there
to
were
that,
Predator
but
games.
it's a
It's-
different.
it's-
It's actually like somebody's the
The
predator.
Predator.
So
and there's, like,
it's
4 people.
So it's Dead by Daylight with
With
an
Predator.
actual Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought people. It was a janky game, but a lot of people had a good reception to it.
I've not really seen any videos. I've saw like 1 or 2 videos about it, but I haven't seen like any
I
kind of
have
massive
not
George,
seen
you want to
anything
look up
about
reviews
it.
for that game?
I have not seen anything.
I can look
about
up the
because that actually
reception of
sounds.
that.
It sounds like
Because I think it was pretty well received.
What's
like it was
that
an
game?
interesting game.
It sounds like Evolve,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you're just fighting the Predator.
well, so
Yeah. Pretty. It's
and
pretty
So
this
much,
one-
yeah.
it sounds like it'll be fun for like 5 games. and then
so
you,
you're like a group of like 4
Mercenaries,
Marines or
yeah.
mercenaries
Yeah.
or whatever trying to
do a mission.
do a mission through some like
jungle.
jungle camp. Let's just call them bandits for some reason. I
Yeah.
don't know what they actually are, but
Right.
you're basically fighting these NPCs while one person's playing as the predator, trying to kill you and basically stop you from evacuating.
but what's his motive?
The predator?
Yeah.
I think he's just trying
He's
to.
just trying to
I mean,
hunt
He's just
stuff.
trying
the
to hunt?
predator
I
the motive
think.
that he's always had.
Yeah.
I just want skulls.
But
I
he's
want
trying
to
to
put
get
them on my wall.
He's trying to get the ultimate hunt. That sounds like a pretty.
Yeah,
garbage
it doesn't
hunt.
it doesn't
A
really
little
hit,
bit, yeah.
It doesn't really hit on the same level as it should, but it
Yeah.
looked interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't played Dead by Daylight, but
Premise wise, it doesn't sound very Predator.
it sounds like one of those games where it's like you play 5 rounds, then you pick
Yeah,
a different
that-
game,
because
and then
that's-
like you come back to it every month.
Yeah.
Even-
So it's Predator Hunting Grounds is the
Uh-huh.
actual name.
What I get?
It must be bad because IGN managed to not give it a 10 out of 10. It is a 5 out of 10 by IGN, 57 on
It's a good game, well
OpenCritic,
received.
56 on Metacritic, and Google
What's the
reviews.
What's the
they're
user?
What's the user on
3.6.
Metacritic?
Yeah.
What's the user on Metacritic?
Because
look it
like
up.
I don't
Let me
really
look it up.
usually care about actual reviewer reviews.
User
because most
score
of the time I don't care.
6.0. 56 is the meta score, but user score 6.0.
At least it's
That's not great.
better than Diablo Immortal. You know
Yeah,
what
but
it-
that game is.
you know what that
What is
had?
$110,000 to fully upgrade
Yeah.
everything?
The last time I checked the
What?
meta score, the last time I checked the Metacritic score on Diablo Immortal, they got it down to a 0.2 user.
How?
They
How do
tanked
you
it.
tank your game that poorly?
When you have a gacha system, when you take the Lost Ark system,
0.5 currently.
they got it up.
They got it
They-
up.
They
They
moved
got
it
it
up.
up.
But when you take the Lost Ark system of, you can spend money to get the treadmill going a little bit faster. But when you get it to loot box level, that's why Diablo Immortal wasn't released in every country, because it
Yeah.
has loot boxes.
Oh.
But your loot boxes
Gamble.
have a chance to give you the legendary gem. Then those legendary gems have a chance between a 2 out of 5 to a 5 out of 5. So you get the 5 out of 5 and might not be the 5 out of 5 that you need.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, because it sounds like you've done more research on this, Eric.
Well, Bellulore has a great video on it.
I've only heard a little bit of it, but I've, from what I've seen, apparently there's one buff that you can buy that's straight up $10,000 on its own.
I haven't heard anything about
And-
that. I just looked at the treadmill
Can
system.
you sell stuff to other people?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Well, there goes that business idea.
Yeah, because I don't think they had the traditional.
Ben,
Like,
you have so much free time on your hands.
Yeah,
You just
I
go
mean-
grind Diablo.
so even if you grind it, they said if you're a free to play player and you grind religiously, play every day, to max out a character free to play, one character would take 10 years.
Easy money.
Yeah.
Listen,
I don't think I've continued to play a game for 10 years.
League of Legends.
It hasn't been 10 years.
How long has it been?
I started playing in season 2 or 3.
I don't even know
Oh,
what
yeah.
that means.
They're currently in season. Oh wait, what's
They're in like season 12, season 11, season 12.
I don't know. They don't let me play seasons. I'm too low.
Regardless,
It hasn't quite been 10 years.
Diablo Immortal.
Sounds about 10 years.
You have to play for about 10 years to max a character, or roughly 100 grand to buy one max character.
That's terrible.
And that's all RNG, because you're
Yeah.
not getting exactly what you need.
That just means $1,000 for every year you play.
Yeah.
Again, basically is what it equates to.
But like
No, that'd be $10,000.
it's a rift system,
Oh, it's $10,000 for 10 years
and
to get to the top, so it'd be 1,000 for 1 year.
Oh, yeah, well, I thought you said 100,000.
it's 100,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
yeah, that's a lot of money.
Hey Ben, I think I found our new venture.
It's
I'll play for the next 5 years. That's $50,000 right
it's
there.
wild because some people were complaining to the creator of Diablo Immortal. They're like, I thought you said you weren't going to be able to buy gear
Mhm.
to progress, and he said, "Oh, you're not buying gear. Gems aren't gear.
Oh my god.
Oh, they're just
They help your gear
That's how you
be
shoot
better.
yourself
They
in the
they help
foot.
your skills and gear, but they aren't gear."
Oh my goodness.
Man.
So I don't know if he's backpedaled since then, but I stopped following after I saw the Bellulore video saying 100 grand, and then he tried to pull that garbage.
You know
That's
what?
That's a
Because I thought I was gonna play. I was like, it'll be fun. I like the Diablo series. Blizzard is a very shitty company now, but I like the Diablo series, and
I
I've
would say
supported
Riot's
Blizzard for a while.
Riot's really killing it.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it last time that Riot's
Yeah.
probably gonna take over that space. It's insane what Riot's doing.
Yeah, which is kind of, I mean, Blizzard has what? They have,
I mean, they got the Warcraft franchise, they got the Starcraft franchise, they got Diablo franchise. So I mean, they've been sitting pretty on it for a while, but there's
yeah.
they got
I
Overwatch.
was supposed to say,
but
they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
they
It's really
don't-
sad.
they progress it the wrong way, and then
Yeah.
they worry about like
'Cause,
woke
like-
culture within the company, that they just don't do anything that helps people enjoy their stuff anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point? I watched people play the Overwatch 2 beta like the first 3 days, and then nobody has said anything else about it. They're just like, this is Overwatch 1
Yeah.
with 1 tank and 5 people on the team
Mm.
versus the 2 tank, 2 DPS, 2 healer setup that they had.
But we got story. We have a story now.
Oh boy.
Story mode, boys.
Who cares about
boy.
a story?
Got
Nobody's,
my
nobody's
MOBA
cared about a
my
story since
Ben-
Overwatch came out.
Ben, my MOBA has
I mean,
story.
So the story
76 is gay, Ben.
The story was
We gotta
fun.
learn about that more, Ben.
The story was fun for a while when they were releasing it in those like videos for
Yeah.
a while, the videos in the comics. But then they just started, either not releasing them or just making like woke culture with it. So you're just like, it's pandering. It's not for everybody, and it starts pandering. So it's just not enjoyable for everybody to watch. And then they did their competitive scene, which brought in the whole meta of Overwatch. Because when Overwatch came out, nobody knew what they were doing.
Nobody cared.
Yeah, and then the meta came
Seven
out.
Bastions, come on.
No, the nightmare meta was when like the professional started. It was like 2 Lucio, 2 Tracer, 2 tanks. I think it was like 2 Reinhardt. And then when you're forced on your last point, everybody just kept rotating D.Va in. Because everybody like D.Va's a terrible character, so we'd have like 5 D.Vas in a Mei to stall the last point to force a draw.
Yeah.
Then that's when they finally made, okay, you can't have duplicate heroes.
Yeah.
And then
I feel like that should have always been there.
Yeah, and then it just went downhill to a point where they're like, okay, 2 tanks, 2 healers, 2 DPS. This is the forced meta.
Yeah.
And then nobody watched it. The competitive scene was garbage because it's just
Wasn't-
you had like C9 that was there. It's like, oh, we're an American company that's going to base ourselves in Europe, and we're going to field a full Korean team because there's no limit.
So wasn't really one of the big issues that hit Overwatch is that it got a lot of casual play because people really did like
It's
all
a
the
super
lore
fun
surrounding
casual
it.
play.
Oh yeah.
But then they kind of shafted that whole
Well,
Watch
market
your
because they
language.
wanted to make
No,
it
no, no.
competitive.
No,
They really
s-
wanted to force the
no,
competitive
the competitive scene ruined the casual play.
Yeah.
Because even in normal play, people wanted to force you to play the super meta stuff.
Oh yeah.
So then they started introducing arcade modes, which brought in a lot of people. So you had
Okay.
like the 3v3 arena,
That was
like
fun.
the stupid team death matches and stuff like that.
3v3
Gotcha.
was fun because we just do 3 snipers.
But then it just got to the point where the only thing people played were competitive,
Yeah.
and then just some stuff wasn't viable competitive. There was some stuff that was just overpowered, and then just nobody wanted to play it.
I think I remember the
makes
last time
sense.
I played, it was like, you want to play normal? Well, here's your 3 roles you can pick, and you get 20 extra XP points if you pick tank. And I was like, 20 XP? I really want to play 76,
think-
but I guess I'll play Reinhardt.
I mean, I stopped playing when Orisa.
Yeah, that's when I stopped playing,
I
and
think
then I came
I
back.
stopped playing when Orisa was released.
Which one's Orisa?
The female
Robot.
robot tank.
Centaur
I think-
looking
Oh, like
thing.
the ball.
Yeah, yeah, spin the balls.
No, that was the hamster.
Oh, that's Hammond.
Yeah. I think-
Orisa is the centaur. She's green and she puts up a
was
shield.
she released
And she also has a
after-
ball, but that
she
ball
released
shoots out and then
after-
pulls you in. She was
She
released.
She was after Symmetra.
No,
Symmetra's from
she
the
was-
beginning.
She was released after Sombra.
Sombra. Yes.
Sombra, yeah.
Sombra,
Sombra's what I was
her.
thinking of.
Then I think it went Hammond, and then they did another.
Yeah, that's Orisa.
Then they did
Yeah.
Then they did
No, no.
they
I
did
stopped
another
playing at,
healer.
I stopped playing at Hammond. That's when we stopped.
because they did the
Yeah.
girl who can heal and then
Oh, the
Damage.
weird like vampire or whatever.
The
witch
sniper?
looking one.
no,
No.
no.
Witch?
She's been there from the beginning. That's Anna. You're thinking of Anna.
No,
Anna wasn't there from the beginning.
She wasn't in there from.
Anna?
Yeah.
The sniper?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
wasn't in there
She
from the
was a
beginning.
release character.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the beginning.
She was.
Oh,
Yeah.
she was.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
We were there at the beginning. We knew.
I was there at the beginning. I forgot.
Well, you
I
forgot.
blocked it.
I just remember I loved playing Zenyatta. Zenyatta was the boy.
And I love playing Reaper.
Yeah.
I played 76.
But nobody-
Why do you
like-
sound so disappointed in me?
Well,
They-
I was thinking.
They give him a mad buff where like every shot he does
well, I
like
was
gives
just
him
thinking,
health.
like, I was thinking Reaper. I was like, yeah. And then I was thinking the other character you played. He's like, he also played Hanzo.
Yep.
I just wanted to play Zenyatta. But yeah, Blizzard, they failed Overwatch, and they failed the StarCraft 2 competitive scene. So just Blizzard's not.
Hey, listen though.
I don't think they know.
World
how
of
to
Warcraft
progress.
has dragons now.
They've had dragons.
Yeah, but you can be them now. You can play a dragon.
No, you could play a dragon before technically. Actually.
Oh, what are we?
Actually,
Actually.
What game are we talking about?
World of Warcraft.
I never actually played.
So, the funny thing about those dragons too, they're just a reskin of the upgraded Succubus model from Shadowlands. So it's not even like a new character. It's just
It's just a reskin.
it's just a reframe and reskin of a model they already have.
That's a load of bull crap.
But the dragon
Hey.
you could use to play before
Be a dragon.
was when I played
I'm a dragon,
in
bro.
Cataclysm, there was a legendary staff that mages, warlocks, and priests could get, or I think caster classes in general. I had the legendary staff as a shadow priest, and it can turn you into a dragon that other people can mount and you can fly around.
Bet you enjoyed that.
It was
didn't
the
you?
You got rode around, didn't
Did
you?
you have
oh,
all
yeah.
of your homies mount you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Big Cat?
I would no, Big Cat didn't play with me for that.
Oh,
But
he wouldn't
for
play with
raid,
you?
I would turn into the dragon and then fly somebody out there because they were lazy. I would just fly out there and they'd be on my back. I think it was the
That road. Fine. Hey.
it was the Wrath of Terragos or something like that. I'll show it to Chase or something later. He can put it up. But yeah, you could be a dragon.
But now you can be a dragon always.
You can literally be a dragon 100% of the time and fight as a dragon. But yeah,
Listen, I'm just happy you can be a panda.
you can be a fox too.
Yeah, but those are evil.
You guys sound like a bunch of furries.
Pandas are neutral, just like their real life selves.
Pandas don't give a crap about anything.
That's why they're
Yeah.
neutral. Mr.
Well, they
Pandaria.
were neutral.
I don't know the lore.
They were neutral, and then Deathwing kind of blew up the planet, released the mist hiding their island. They're like, we're going to take a side now. And then pandas
I was
could
just
go
talking
Hordor
about
onwards.
real life pandas.
Well, mine have to be.
We're talking
somewhat
about
real.
blizzard pandas.
Yeah, mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not finishing my sentence.
Yeah, well, I guess that's all the time we got.
That was it.
We're being forced to end
Oh.
this.
They hate us.
Normally, you don't have to call out.
Hey, guys.
Well, I don't know what these hand signals mean.
Thanks
He's the one that
for
knows what these
watching
hand signals mean.
Baka
Gave us
Taka.
another signal, but then you were like,
I didn't see any
Is
of
that
the
a gay
signals.
cowboy
I'm not
saying
gonna
signal?
lie.
yeah.
He's doing a gay cowboy one.
Yeah,
Ram
well, I mean,
Ranch?
It's up.
What does that mean?
18 naked cowboys at Ram Ranch. But,
And with that,
And with that, thanks for
but
watching.
Ben has to close this out, so it's on him.
Yeah, I do.
Why can't I close this out? It makes
You wanna
sense.
introduce us?
Beginning, middle, end. No, you know
can't
what?
close that 'cause I'm over here.
Would it make more sense? Beginning, middle, end. I end us.
You saying he did everything in the middle?
You did talk a lot. Kept us going.
I'm just waiting for someone to
Ben-
close this out.
Close this out.
And that'll do it for today's episode. Did I even introduce myself at the beginning? I didn't, did I?
I don't think
I'm
you said
Ben.
your name.
No, you didn't.
Erik.
I'm Aaron.
And that's it.
Later.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching BakaTaka. All right, it's like really late right now, so I'm gonna stop editing this and go to sleep. Okay, bye. See you in the next one. Bye.
Didn't say your name at the beginning. That's kind of funny.
I think you were so excited to talk about your dead father.
I was really hoping that.
He was.